I've lined up some wonderful sports cuisine for you. And of course, I'm joined by niko na rafiki yangu hapa anaitwa Lisa.
Hi, how are you, Tony?
You know, actually, you've surprised me, unaongea Kiswahili mzuri sana.
Kwa nini?
Haujai niambia unaongea Kiswahili.
Utajua kila kitu kweli?
Mambo ni polepole kwa msichana, si ndio? Warembo wanatoa vitu polepole.
Shingi hapo.
I have, of course, one of the participants in the 2025 WRC Safari Rally that, of course, will be happening from the 20th to the 23rd of this month in Nairobi and in Naivasha. And remember, Kenyan drivers will be flying the country's flag high. About 18 drivers, local drivers, will be in Nairobi and Naivasha just to rub shoulders with the big boys. Big boys by the likes of defending champion of the global event, Thierry Neuville, champions like the defending champion Carle Rovanpera, the WRC 2 defending champion Solberg, as in and a host of other. There's Takamoto. Lisa, kuna mwingine tu nani Takamoto. Who is your favorite driver, Lisa?
Thierry Neuville.
Ah, okay. Why is that?
Guess what? I'm meeting him tomorrow.
Is it? Where?
Yes.
In Nairobi here or
Nairobi.
in...
Yes, so you know I'm the brand ambassador for that beautiful, sexy partner there called the Ford Raptor.
Na mbona hujakuja kutuambia tupeleke
Iko
kamera
hapa,
huko?
taonesha wewe baadaye.
Yes.
Peleka wewe na mbiu. So Caetano Motors
Yes.
are the officials for Ford and Hyundai, Kia and Renault. So, of course, being a Hyundai driver, Terry's going to be there tomorrow, and there's a small press conference happening there tomorrow. So that's going to be wonderful and very exciting.
Why have you not invited Radio 47 and TV 47?
I have just...
You've just brought it
I've just
physically.
brought it now. You know, we're looking for sponsorship, Tony.
Najua unatafuta do. I know you're looking. Of course, mimi nitakupatia platform where you have to give me the exclusive one-on-ones, right?
Kabisa.
Asante sana. Of course, remember, Lisa Christopherson, of course, is one of our very highlight drivers who will be taking part in that event. And she doesn't just race for the sake of racing. Lisa, nasikia wewe unaendesha gari na uko na sababu kwa nini una race. You race to raise funds
Hiyo sababu.
for participating and also for the cancer survivor.
Correct. So, as you know, Tony, I am a stage 4 cancer survivor. Actually, 19 years ago, I was given 10 days to live after being diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. But, you know, as the fighter I am, I'm like, don't have time for this. You know, we've got children to raise and things to do, books to write, rallies to drive. Yes. And here I am, fitter and stronger than ever. So because I've been given the grace of God to have another chance in life, yes, I want to give back. And my give back and my motto is drive for change. So empowering young girls as well is part of the thing. So we want to support young girls who've got cancer, raise money for them as well, and make sure that what we give in cash is administrated for medical purposes correctly.
Indeed.
And then also empowering them all and realize, hey, it's not your fault. Because you get told you have the C word doesn't mean you're going to die. You have to find that inner strength that we all have inside us. And it's also an attitude thing. So attitude with a capital A.
Indeed. Lisa, of course, has a beautiful story. I've just given you teasers. I know she was already gearing up now to give me the facts about what's happening in the rally. But of course, we shall be with her for the next 30 or so minutes, just to give us an in-depth of where she is in terms of the rally. I saw her recently with the Sports Cabinet Secretary, Salim Mvurya, at Talanta Plaza. So I want to understand how much she received from the Ministry of Sports. She'll also tell us, of course, about her navigator and about, of course, the other female drivers who are part of the WRC. She'll give us a lot, of course, what's going on in that particular space. But first, before we delve into these matters, you know how we do it. We have a question where you need to, of course, be part of. And we have a question of the day, a very important question. And it, of course, directs us to tomorrow's big Super Sunday game. And we are asking you, what are your thoughts? Sijui kama mko na hiyo swali watu wangu. What are your thoughts about the English Premier League Super Sunday game between Arsenal FC versus Chelsea FC in the English Premier League? What are your thoughts? You can see the numbers below there. Of course, what are your thoughts? Talk to us on, you can call us in live 0795 045 864. You can send us a WhatsApp video clip or voice note on 0793 267 279. WhatsApp number to send that 20-second WhatsApp video clip, which we shall share on this show, is 0793-267-279. You can also call us in live on 0795-045-864. Talk to us. What are your thoughts on the English Premier League Super Sunday game at the Emirates Stadium between Arsenal FC and Chelsea FC? Talk to us. To send that WhatsApp video clip, send in as many times as you can. You can call us in as many times as you can. You can also be part of this conversation that we're getting into, be part of it. And of course, getting into it, it is what we call motorsport. But just before also we get into the motorsport, I want to take you to Egypt. Of course, Lisa Christopherson looks like one tourist who have just seen the Great Pyramids in Egypt. So let me just take you first of all to Egypt, and Lisa will also tell us why she looks very magnificent and elegant and magnificent for that outfit. I love it so much. In fact, I'm ordering one from this particular show after this. However, in Egypt, there is a gentleman who has just broken or actually gotten into the Guinness World Book of Records for pulling a 249-ton train using his teeth, meno, and pulling it using his chest. I'll just use my chest to sleep and my teeth to eat sugarcane. But this, of course, is how things went in Egypt for this record holder. I don't know if there was a longer version, but you can imagine teeth. If I'm in Nairobi and I know where railways is, and I can see those, in fact, even a bus cannot even pull those things. Hey, it's all right. Well done. That's, of course, our video of the week on Sports Extravaganza of that Egyptian breaking or actually getting in the Guinness World Book of Records for pulling a train using his teeth and his chest. Don't try that at home, not even against your wheelbarrow. Now, also don't try that using your Raptor. Lisa, have you ever pulled, have you ever pulled your Raptor with your teeth, hands, or anything? Or when you're, I know the only thing you can change is perhaps this.
That's a very entertaining question, Tony.
And I want to hear that entertaining answer to it.
Absolutely not. I don't think my dentist would be very happy with me.
No wonder you still have your teeth, because I'm sure you've never used them anyway.
Oui.
Yeah, but of course, from that train pulling, we are now into the rally. Listen, of course, you remember I mentioned to you that you were with the CS for Sports, Salim Vuria, together with the PS, engineer Peter Toom, I think 2-3 days before at their office in Talanta Plaza. And I remember he categorically said, we will support these ladies, because he gave reasons, because you are role models. However, he didn't specify what kind of support.
No, he did not. So it's very entertaining, because I've been actually, I put in our sponsor request in writing to the ministry in 2024. So we know, and we've learned over time, that when you're requesting for sponsorship from any organization, corporates, or the ministry, you've got to do it way in advance so that it can be accommodated into the financial budget of the following year. So I did that since last year, and since the beginning of this year, I have been following up personally, going to the ministry, sometimes on a daily basis. So last Monday, I managed to see Waziri, and he gave me an appointment for the following morning. I then also managed to have a meeting with PS2 as well, and a one-on-one meeting with Waziri, who then confirmed, we will support you, Lisa. But it's not just Lisa, it's the ladies. All of these ladies, they were also part of the Lioness Rally team that I founded in March 2022. So, and we drove together under Talanta last year.
Yes.
So it's a team effort, and the ladies were called in, and at 3 p.m. we had a press conference in Waziri's office. PS2 was present, and the CEO Safari Rally, Charles Gashero. So they announced that these are the ladies, the 4 female drivers. I was given an audience to speak as well, and the navigators as well. And they were also saying any late entries, they would also be waived, and we're all there. We're in. Basically, we are in. So Tuesday it was announced we are in, and it's very exciting. However, we have no idea how much the ministry is supporting us financially with, and when will the funds be released to us. We have no clue whatsoever. Nobody's currently able to give us any answer.
I was hoping to find an answer, but it looks like I have to wait longer. However, of course, we can be optimistic, because I remember also the Magical Kenya Open Golf Championship was almost in the same quagmire, but it happened. So take heart, Lisa.
I do. I have faith.
Indeed. And of course, Lisa will not just be the only one in the cockpit. She'll also need to tell us which car she'll be using in the Safari Rally. She can also inform us or tell us about her navigator. And we are very pleased, our quick recovery wishes to your navigator, Washuka, right?
Yes.
Tell us about Washuka. I'm sure she's somewhere watching, looking, and maybe something that you might say might just get her out of that bed very quickly.
Actually, Washuka was with me yesterday evening. So as you commented on my attire today, I'm very excited to announce my partnership and collaboration with the Vivo Fashion House. I have designed a 12-piece collection for ladies, and we had the Chewy, you know, Mimi ni Mama Chewy. We had the Chewy collection launch yesterday at the flagship shop at Sarit Center, top floor, red carpet event, and the champagne was flowing. And Washuka was actually there celebrating the evening with me, which was exciting. So unfortunately today she's not feeling very well.
Sorry about that.
But Washuka is a contractor, hardworking woman, and she knows everything about this male-dominant world of ours. And of course we know motorsport is a very dominant, male-dominant world.
Indeed, of course. And what car are you guys using this time around, and how is it behaving? I know you'll be having a better, stronger car for your recce on Monday and Tuesday. Will the same car be having the same power on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
We hope, Tony. So I'll be using my Ford Raptor as my recce car. And the rally car I'll be driving is going to be a Subaru N10, which is also a car that I was driving in last year's WRC Safari Rally. True. So I'll be driving under the KNRC category. Yes. Yes.
Indeed, of course, as she explained, this WRC is in different categories. The WRC main event that has the likes of Thierry Neuville, Kalle Rovanpera, Takamoto, I hope I've said it well, and all that. And then there's WRC 2, which has the likes of defending champion Solberg. And then we have also ARC, that's the African Rally Championship. We also have the ARC 2. Africa Rally Championship. But then we also have the KNRC. I think I've managed to mention.
Well done. Yes.
Thank you very much. Yes, all those categories are in one event that of course Kenya is hosting. Remember it, we started hosting it after about 20 years hiatus. That was in 2021 when we made a comeback on the calendar of the global event. And of course the Kenyan contract runs till 2026. That is next year. We hope it will be renewed. Do you want to be renewed or not?
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, you talk Safari Rally anywhere in the world and people will say Kenya. I mean, Safari Rally was born in Nakuru, right? This is home to Safari Rally. So it would be very unfortunate if we lost it to another country. So we've just got to fight for it. Good.
Even here at TV47, Radio 47, we shall be fighting for it to stay here. So at least we can be going to eat the fish and have our snorkels both on our cars and in our bicycles in Naivasha. What are your expectations, of course, in this rally? You know how it's actually described as one of the toughest. Actually, the foreign drivers describe it like that. But for you, of course, it's a normal route that you do that every day. What are your expectations? The rains, the dust, the fish, the what? I'm sure it's your cup of coffee.
Do you know, expectations are that we just want to finish. That's it, you know, just bring the car safely back home and that we're all safe and sound. But you know what's so interesting, the countryside in the whole of the Rift Valley where we are driving is so diverse, you know, from black cotton to the fine volcanic ash powder to rocks. You know, it's really diverse, so you've got to be prepared for it, and I think that's quite shocking for the international drivers. But for us here, we're more or less used to driving on different terrains.
Indeed. And of course, Lisa knows a lot of Kiswahili. In fact, she's a Kiswahili teacher.
Penny,
back
what?
at her home.
That's very interesting.
Anajua Kiswahili mingi sana. But of course, she'll be able to share with us her Kiswahili as well. She speaks very good Kiswahili.
Thank you.
Yes, yesterday there was an event. I don't know if my director and my producer have it. There was, Vivo Energy was able to at least sponsor some of our female drivers. That is Tinashe Gatimu, together with her mother, Carol Gatimu. They were also able to sponsor Pauline Shegu, together with Lynette Ayuko. And of course, they'll be making history as being the first ever female crew in Kenya to participate in an ARC event. Hey, ulisikia wapi? And then of course, Lisa amesema hajapatiwa mafuta na Vivo. I'm going to call Mark Senteu, the commercial director of Vivo, to explain to us why last year he was able to give Lisa fuel and not this year. So I don't know if you have those cutaways of that event of the Kenyan drivers receiving, of course, their sponsorship yesterday. I remember that event happened in Nairobi. So we'll be able later on to listen to Lynette Ayuko. I was able to get Lynette Ayuko. Also Shabazz Anwar, who will be navigating Rajveer Sethi in the, of course, a car in the WRC. We shall be able to listen to them. And of course, Mark Sente will also be able to share with us exactly why they are supporting WRC. I'll also engage him later on if I'm able to speak to him to tell us why they are not constantly with this motorsport crews, especially females, at least across the year. It's very important. Yes, finally we have the pictures. Yes. So this was yesterday. Of course, Vivo Energy were able, of course, to bring together some of the drivers that will be representing Kenya's crew in the WRC. And clearly, as you can see, several cars. You can see the N10s. You can see the Evolutions. Those are some of the cars that we shall be able to see this WRC. So just to read this, so this partnership, of course, I've told you about Rajveer Sethi, Shabazz Anwar, Isa Mwari, Dennis Mwenda, of course, Timothy Kinoti are some of the drivers that we, Vivo Energy, has been able to put together and ensure that they have a seamless event. Inamaanisha kwamba they will have all the fuel they need. Yani, whether they go to the forest, they get lost, Washuka, for example, reads the wrong pace notes and they end up on the other side of Sleeping Warrior, they'll have enough fuel. Vivo, so you can see clearly I'm campaigning for Lisa to get, hata kama ni mafuta ya mwisho apewe tu ya jioni, aweze kutumia kwa Safari Rally. And of course, remember also there is the Kasarani Super Special Stage. That stage, I understand, was created and, how do you call it? I mean, that's the digging, the excavating by some of the partners that Vivo has managed. Of course, that is JCB Ganatra, who have been able to ensure that you'll be able to see the rally on the 20th at Kasarani, hapo nyuma ya stadium. Utaweza kuona these very lovely cars participating in the WRC 2025 Safari Rally. A whooping more than 50 drivers will be crisscrossing that special stage before heading to Naivasha, that is in Nakuru County. So well done to Vivo Energy. Let's listen into, okay, let me just see, this is Tinashe. Yes, for those, of course, who are seeing, this is Tinashe Gatimu in the red, checking that engine. Of course, this is a host of some of the machines that are used both for autocross, for rally, and for all those motorsport events on our motorsport calendar in and out of the country. Let's listen into, I don't know if you have, first of all, let's listen to Lynette Ayuko, who is the navigator of Pauline Shegu. Lynette.
Prepared well in terms of the car. The service crew is working on the car. As a team, we've worked out, we have our own strategy on how just to get to the end. It's a longer endurance, so we are looking forward to working together as a team to be able to get us to the end, because we are going to do close to 1,500 kilometers. We moved from an N10 to an N12, so it has more power. Looking forward to the experience. One. Two, it's a challenge being the only lady, so we will have to deliver beyond exception and do what the other drivers are doing, competing with the men. And it's an equal playing field, so we are looking forward to show what we also got.
Lisa, what do you know about Ayuko? You've rubbed shoulders in almost all motorsport events in Kenya.
No, I admire her and respect her, and she's a very, very professional navigator. So I'd say Pauline Chego is very lucky to have Lynette.
Indeed.
And I think of the two of them, you've got to have that energy and the synergy of your navigator, because you're stuck in that car. And I know from last year, they can be very frustrated when your navigator loses a page in her road book and you're suddenly lost. Or so at one point I had to just drive on site. That happens as well. So you just got to be prepared for everything.
My goodness. Please do your recce very well on Tuesday in Naivasha. Also, we were able to talk to Shabaz Anwar, who will be navigating Rajveer Sethi. Most of you remember I was able to interview Sethi, I think 2 weeks ago, and she's raring. Of course, I know Sethi, Rajveer is a son to Shara and Sethi, a good friend of mine, of course, who I knew in 2008. Let's listen to Shabaz, how ready they are for the WRC.
Participating in the Autocross Championship, and it's been amazing. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that has been given to me, and I really am enjoying myself thoroughly, racing quad bikes against cars, and it's quite an experience. I'm looking forward to the upcoming WRC. I've got an opportunity to navigate Rajveer Sethi in the KNRC division, and I'm looking forward to gaining a lot of experience from this opportunity. My message to Shell is that thank you, Asanteni, for coming on board and supporting us drivers. It's an amazing thing that you guys are doing, and we are looking forward to working with you guys for a very long time.
Lisa, you've participated in a lot of, you either directly or indirectly in the autocross events. You've been part of it either, as I've said, indirectly or directly. Do you think we are headed in the right direction? Especially when you see, corporates coming in, whether in whatever form, to support our youngsters like Shabaz.
Absolutely, but however, for this sport to actually survive, everybody needs support. It's a very expensive motorsport to run and operate, and companies have to realize that we are actually billboard on wheels. So don't put your money on a static billboard, put them with us, because we can brand our cars, brand the buggies, for example, and wherever we go, their stickers go with us. We talk the talk. That's what I certainly do for sponsors, Even just now, I've come from KWS headquarters, where they have kindly given outfits to my navigator and myself, including hats, so that we look like a team for recce. And again, that's support can come in many different kinds. So it can come, in items, in suits, but cash is really what we all need to be able to continue to be part of this motorsport.
Indeed, true. Of course, KWS are good friends as well, our partners, directly and indirectly.
Yes.
I got also good friends in KWS, so talk to me nicely. You might just never know. It might not just be on your outfits.
Thank you very much.
Ongea na mimi vizuri.
Tafanya hivyo. Kabisa. Siwezi kukosa.
Asante. Of course, Lisa, just before I bring in Lisa, I have the Vivo Energy manager, commercial business manager, that is Mark Senteu. Mark Senteu is someone, of course, I have known for a long time. We actually shared classes in college. So this, of course, is what Mark Senteu mentioned about why they are stepping into the WRC this time again, because I remember last year I was able to interview Mark Senteu when he was in the middle of Sleeping Warrior in Naivasha, being there personally supervising how the partners were doing justice to his product. So this time around, let's listen to him, because yesterday he spoke during that event of sponsoring these 5 drivers. Mark, talk to us.
And today we are deeply proud to have an official launch for our 5 drivers who are sponsoring this year for the WRC. And it is something which we're extremely proud of. Shell and Motorsport is a relationship that has lasted since the beginning of time. For the last 75 years, since the beginning of motorsport, Shell has been a key partner. And here in Kenya, we take pride that we have participated in every one of these events and specifically gone to support the people who need it the most, the drivers.
Yes, Mark Senteu, you say you support the drivers. I have one of the drivers that you supported in the 2024 WRC Safari Rally. the driver is called Lisa Christopherson. So Mark, you support drivers. I have a driver here. Do you need fuel?
I need fuel. I need avgas. And for those that don't know, actually, that rally cars rally on avgas, which is the same fuel that light aircrafts use as well. Of course, there's also rally fuel that some other rally drivers use, but we need avgas. And you know, it's every little support goes a very, very long way. So I'd be grateful for some drums of avgas.
Yeah, Mark Sente, I'm sure the drums at Vivo Energy cannot miss 400 liters or 1,000 liters for Lisa and the team. Yeah, so Mark, we have made an official proposal verbally. We shall be followed it up with a physical meeting, paperwork. But just, Lisa, in a nutshell, how much does it cost to, if you round up, how much it costs just to make sure that you race in the WRC from start to end?
So I'd like to also maybe explain the little nitty-gritties, because a lot of people don't understand how much is required. So if we start, for example, with the suits, the rally suits, that all have to be FIA approved, and they have an expiry date. So everything, all our innerwear, our socks, our helmets, the seat belts, the seats in the car, everything has an expiry date. So for example, we have one place in Nairobi that we can go and buy rally suits, but you're looking at 150,000 shillings. And you know, if we're driving for 4 days, minimum 4 suits, 2 for the navigator and 2 for the driver, then a helmet each, 125,000. A pair of shoes is almost 40,000 shillings, right? And so that's just the gear itself. Then you've got to, you know, you've got to pay your competition license, and then we all hire, us ladies, I know the 3 of us are hiring cars, so you pay millions of shillings to hire that car that comes with mechanics and some spare parts. There's still some spare parts that are missing. And so it's a very expensive game. So and then you've also got to have your insurance, your medical insurance for both you and your navigator, flying doctors as well. You know, and then you've got your own service crew. You've got, like we go around with the media team as well. We try and capture as much as possible, because it's all about storytelling, you know. I'm working on my own international reality TV show, so this is going to be part of that, one of the episodes in the series. But you know, you're looking at minimum 10 million shillings, and I'm really, like today, I'm asking Tony for corporates or even private sector to sponsor me for whatever amount, even if it's 100K, I'll be willing to put their sticker on my rally car.
And of course, you mentioned about you have a pay bill. Where can someone access or be part of it? Whether they're sending 100 shillings, 100,000, 1 million, 80,000 US dollars, 80,000 Kenya shillings.
Absolutely.
Yeah, where can they directly reach you for further
Tony,
guidance in terms of how that?
So I have a fundraising pay bill, which is 542-542, and the account number is 703264, or they can also find me on Instagram. It's Lisa_Christopherson, and DM me there. I'll be delighted for whatever contribution that anybody would like to support us with. And of course, we would also be very happy to meet with them in person if they would like that, and do some photo shoots, videos, whatever. But for companies, this is a wonderful opportunity to brand your car, because WRC is viewed by over 6 billion global viewers. So this is a chance not to miss out. And some of our largest corporates here, I'm surprised to see that they're not supporting Rally this year.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad to hear. Same stories. Corporates don't like. I don't know what to say about that. But I know they have their own reasons. However, as you've just rightfully heard, billions of eyeballs. It's actually one of the most watched rallies on the WRC calendar. 14 legs, and WRC Safari is the most watched globally. 6 billion is a number that we can actually put out there. It could be actually more kind of numbers. And here we are, of course, I know TV47 and Radio 47 already, we have given our sponsorship. As you're speaking right now, we're already giving our sponsorship to Lisa. She might not say it directly, but I'm saying it directly.
Thank you. Sikatai chochote. Sasa hivi nachukua kila kitu.
Yes, of course, we are doing a sponsorship. But as you clearly heard, it's a very expensive sport, and definitely corporates need to come in. And of course, as you've heard, I'll just repeat her pay bill. You can find her on Instagram. That is Lisa_Christopherson.
Said it right.
On Instagram. And then, of course, you find the pay bill 542 70 32 64. That is the account number.
Correct.
So you can interact with her, whether you can support her emotionally, physically, financially, socially, and even come to Naivasha, of course, to be there, carry her brand. She'll be very perfectly happy. You can come dressed like the way she's dressed because she has a clothing line. Tell us about that.
So my new safari collection is called the Chewy Collection.
Chewy, like Chewy, C-H-U-I.
Kama Chewy,
ile mnyama, ile paka ya msitu.
Anaonekana kama kuna madodo.
Hiyo. Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the Chewy Collection. So I've always had a passion and love for animal print designs, and the leopard print has always been my absolute favorite. So we called it the Chewy Collection, and it's a collaboration together with the Vivo Fashion brand, and they have over 30 retail stores around Kenya. They're in Rwanda. They're in America. Yeah, in Atlanta, Georgia. So it's wonderful to be part of such a great Kenyan company that is going global. So my collection is available right now at the Sarit Center Safari Shop on the first floor. And we had our launch yesterday. So yeah, this safari dress is mine because I also do safaris. I'm very passionate about safaris. I've written 2 comprehensive guidebooks on Kenya that each have a foldable map of Kenya at the back. Kenyans themselves, unfortunately, do not know their country, from the deserts to the volcanoes, to the north, the south, the east. So it's very exciting that we can also say to people that when you do go out there, I always say, when you go bush, you don't have to look bush, right? So this is actually a collection that you can also wear to work. So it's got quite a corporate look to it. So even with this dress, I can wear it with flats. I've worn it with boots today or a pair of high heels. So it's how you accessorize as well.
Okay. Do you have it for men like myself?
We're getting it. It's going to be very exciting. Beautiful safari jackets are coming for men and nice safari shirts. But there's also a collaboration that I'm doing together with KWS. But that's to be talked about later.
Aina shida, tutaongea hiyo baadaye. But what has kept you in this, Lisa? What has kept you, despite all these challenges, knocking on doors, being shut, windows opening, closing? People, yes, they open the doors, sit you down, but they get you out in the cold again. What has kept you going? Why are you not giving up? Give up and just sit at home and relax and enjoy skiing.
Ooh, that might be a great idea. However, you know, I founded Kenya's first only women's safari rally, the Lionesses, in 2022. What you start, Tony, you finish, okay? So by me being part of the motorsport within an all-women's team is also empowering the young girls today never to give up, okay? I always explain it as when you are growing up and when you get your license, you're driving through life. You are navigating those obstacles that sometimes you wake up and to those battles. Sometimes there's a triple caution bump. Sometimes unapiga reverse because you've taken the wrong turn. So do you understand? That is metaphorically, I'm describing this for the young women, never to give up. Because you take a wrong turn or you've knocked on a wrong door, you keep going. What you start, you finish. And this is the persistence. And as Waziri said to me, he said, Lisa, you are very consistent.
Yes, you have been.
I am very consistent, and I will not take a no for an answer when the yes was already given to me. Right?
I hear you. I hear you.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
And that is what I want these young women out there who may be looking for a job and they get turned down. No, you continue. Like somebody once said the other day, that many girls, when they have to apply for a job and in the application, they have to have all of these criteria, maybe 12. They'll follow the rules, but a guy will say, I've got 7 of them, let me try. And they'll do it. And that's what we sometimes have to do, is to chance things, take a chance and see if that door will open.
Yep. Please, doors will open. And of course, I'm normally very encouraged by the story that Lisa shares every other year. She never gives up. She has the same smile, better smile even than the previous year. However, if you opened her heart, you'd be like, oh my God, I don't want to do this thing. But she has stuck in there in this motorsport all this time. And that's why, of course, we like this kind of stories. We'll always be supporting this kind of beautiful, feel-good stories about motorsport. Remember, if you're joining us, this is Sports Extravaganza. We are going to occupy the WRC Safari Rally. I know most of you are wondering why using the name Occupy. Thousands of fans will be in Naivasha this weekend. So for those of us who like going and traveling over the weekend, like my Luya people from Western Kenya, tafadhali, you will have to follow alternative routes. That has been clearly stipulated. That has clearly been stipulated in the directive by the National Police Service. They have given you alternative routes. So usikue kimbelembele and park garis and force your way to Naivasha. We'll be busy watching cars and we need our safety. Please, this event is over 1,500 kilometers, cumulatively competitive and transport stages.
Correct.
So it's a long, tough, grueling rally. And just before I let Liz, of course, go and rev her Raptor. When am I driving that Raptor?
Well, just after the show. Or find me in
Lisa wants me
Naivasha.
to be fired up just for driving a Raptor. Tell us, Lisa, who you mentioned about Thierry Neuville is one, of course, of your favorite drivers. We have the likes of Sébastien Ogier, who looks like he has just refused to come for the Safari. Sébastien Ogier, of course, who has won the Safari Rally several times in the past. They have actually been alternating Sébastien Ogier, Thierry Neuville, Sébastien Ogier, Thierry Neuville. Just before we took a break, it was Kimi Raikkonen, Richard Burns, Mackinnon. It was just like that. Who is your favorite driver? Why Thierry Neuville?
No, I just think, again, because he's been rallying for so many years,
Yeah.
and you clearly see there's still that passion there, because you've got to have passion for it. Like I was saying earlier, it's grueling, it's hot, you are sweating, and us drivers, we have to also wear gloves. We're not allowed to roll up our sleeves, or if it's hot or anything, you just have to bite the dust, so to speak. And so there has to be passion there. And I can see the passion that Terry has
Yes.
in the motorsport. And that's the spark and the passion that you want to share down to the youngsters that don't enter sport for the wrong reasons. Yeah, you must have that passion and that desire to follow through to the end.
Tell us some of your crew members, what they do, how long they have been with you. They would love to hear you acknowledge the work they do. There's someone mentioning you on TV and on radio, on any medium. It's very powerful. I'm sure you know that.
No, absolutely. You need a team, you need supporters, behind the scenes people as well. So I have a team manager whose name is Nazir. He's actually spent most of the day together with me, picking up different little spare parts and looking at the rally car, the N10, going through what we need. So he'll be working with the team on my car while I'm doing the recce in Naivasha. And of course, Oshuka Christopher is my navigator. And then I've got Richard Lela, who I have worked with for the past 5 years. He's one of Kenya's top photographers and great media guy. So he's there with me, capturing all the details. He might have one or two other guys with him.
Well done. Well done to the team. I'm sure it's a host of others, so many others. Those, of course, who bring water to Lisa at the service park. Those who make her food for her to carry in her N10. She's forgetting to tell you that she actually drinks water and food in the N10 while she's driving. Those, of course, who ensure that she's having rest. Like, after the rally at the service park, she needs to, stretch her legs, get massaged. Sinasema ukweli?
Hiyo ni kweli kabisa.
Miguu zako zinafura kwa gari huko kiendesha.
Sana. And that's another thing that people forget about, that you're driving a manual gear shift, right? So your legs are working, your arms are working, your shoulders and everything. So it's important that you have mental, physical health, okay? Both mental and physical. So at Lifestyle in Gigiri, where my business is, we have a gym. So we do kickboxing. So we do kickboxing nearly every day.
Yes.
Core work, and we've got a team of great trainers.
Yes.
I mean, there's a gym for everybody, but they specialize in kickboxing.
Okay.
And that is a really, really good way to get fit and to get strong. Because last year I was driving on day 2 of the Safari Rally.
Yes.
Not many people knew. I lost power steering. So you were just kanyagaing through without, and your arm afterwards is so sore. So a massage after each day is welcomed.
But she's not telling you she has biceps.
I'm hiding them.
Akona Misuli. I have Lisa Christopherson, of course, one of the drivers here. I understand we also have Abdul Sidi on the line. Abdul Sidi, if you can hear me, this is Sports Extravaganza. My name is Tony Kwalanda, your longtime friend. Abdul Sidi has been known for motorsport all these years. I actually found him in motorsport back in 2008, and he actually taught me and showed me several things about motorsport. So Abdul Sidi, welcome to Sports Extravaganza on TV 47. Tell us exactly, I know, where are you yourself? You might be at home, but I'm sure you're already working towards the WRC Safari Rally. Abdul Sidi, where are you? What is happening there, and how are things?
It's a really long time.
Yes.
And he's also a very good friend of mine.
Yes. Of course, my director adds a bit volume. Yes, I have Lisa, your friend here, Abdul.
Hi, Abdul.
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Excited to see you in Naivasha.
Well, I leave for Naivasha tomorrow morning.
Aha. Okay. Tell us, Abdul, how are things so far? I know you're in the middle of planning, organizing. You've been there. You actually planned rally as soon as it ends. Tell us how things are so far in terms of the number of the foreigners who are already here. Have their cars arrived in Naivasha? Are they looking forward to this? What's going on, Abdul?
Well, Safari is not what it used to be.
Yes.
But we are all looking at how we can promote Safari, how we can promote Kenya.
Yes.
And it's a very proud moment for Kenyans and rally fans in Kenya.
Indeed. Yes.
On Monday.
Yeah, go on, Abdul. Sorry, go on.
On Monday, the drivers will be here. They'll start doing their recce, and that's the official part of the rally. And as you know, recce to be done in a standard car, no speakers on it, no noise on it, only 2 drivers to it, and you should not go over 80 kph. And each stage, you can't do more than 5 your program.
Indeed. And of course, Abdul, I know your brother as well. The CDs are known in motorsport. Your brother is the one who has actually put Kenya on the map by creating very difficult sections and routes for all the international drivers. What do you normally discuss just as you plan this rally to give us this toughest rally, the cities?
Well, Safari, it's a famous name. Safari used to be known as one of the toughest events in the calendar. And let me tell you,
yes,
I'm very proud to say that.
Yes.
Because I did 18 Safari rallies and finished 15 of them.
Yes.
When Safari was 6 days.
Yes.
5 days, 5,800 kilometers.
Yes.
98 time controls.
Yes.
Now the Safari is 3 days.
Yeah.
But, not more than 20 time controls.
Mm-hmm.
And the longest stage is 34 kilometers.
Yes.
The previous Safari, the longest stage was 250 kilometers.
Wow. Yes.
And I'm proud to say that because I navigated Kenyan champions Patrick Zero.
Yes.
As a runner.
Yes.
African champion from Zambia, 8 times African champion in Uganda Rally.
Yes.
And world group and champion from Belgium, Grégoire Dumont Rally.
Well.
All without any experience, but practical knowledge.
Wow. And of course, Abdul, of course, most people might not be knowing, most might be knowing in the motorsport circles, but you've been very instrumental in terms of training, nurturing, growing, assisting motorsport in so many ways, from drivers to navigators to crews to mechanics to consultants to tell us something about that academy, and of course, where is it at so far?
It's me now. You're talking to me. I'm doing CD radio advisor.
Yes.
And Like last year, Safari had 500 marshals,
Yes.
35 rally drivers, all my students. And I do all this free of charge. I don't charge. I'm the only one in Africa training in Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, South Africa.
Yes.
And I'm proud to say it's something I've given back to the sport.
Yes.
Yeah. So co-driver is also my student.
All right. Indeed, of course, Abdul, we really appreciate your time. Are you looking forward to this rally? Tell us, of course, what you're looking forward to this rally, Abdul. I know there's something you always look forward to every year that you do Safari. What is this one thing you're looking forward to this 2025?
Just to hear the noise of the rally cars.
And the dust. And getting...
And the dust. I hide myself in the guest room.
I know, and of course, I know everything has been set. Just maybe in a summary in 1 minute, Abdul. People just think about the cars, racing, and all that, but a lot has happened behind the scenes in terms of the safety teams, in terms of the insurance, in terms of the evacuations, in terms of emergency, all those things. In a nutshell, Abdul, I'm sure for the benefit of those who don't know what happens behind the scenes, some of the things that have already been taken care of during this Safari Rally.
Safety is paramount. And if you can't arrange your safety first,
Yes.
then you're behind schedule. Toyota Kenya has donated 6 vehicles.
Yes.
Car 00, car 0,
Yes.
00, and
Yes.
000.
Yes.
Those are all safety cars.
Yes.
You've got helicopters.
Yes.
You've got doctors.
Yes.
You've got, you see, nurses and all doctors. They're on the stages.
Yes.
In case of any accident, immediately they attend.
Yes.
So those are some of the things that have been put in place. Japan is one of the sponsors. And unfortunately,
Yes.
there are not very many sponsors who have come up on board to sponsor the drivers. KCB is the only bank which has come up
Yes.
sponsoring 4 drivers. The Nasrat Katimu, Karan Patel, Nikhil Sachania, and Evans Kavisa. Apart from sponsoring the Safari itself, those are the only 4 drivers who have got sponsors and people helping them.
Indeed. Thank you. Thank you so much, Abdul Sidi. I'll be looking forward to catch you in Naivasha, of course, to benefit, of course, from your experience, to interact with you, because you are indeed a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of dictionary, of course, about motorsport. You have done over and beyond, of course, in terms of growing motorsport in Kenya. Personally, I can testify that anywhere, without a shadow of doubt, that indeed you together, of course, the cities, you have really done a lot for the sport, and we appreciate for the work you've done, Sidi.
Thank you so much, Tony.
Yes.
And welcome to the University TV.
Yes.
And I hope to see you soon.
Thank you so much. Of course, Lisa says thank you as well.
Thank you, Abdul. We
Thank you.
appreciate your support every year.
Thank you very much, brother.
Asante. Thank you, Abdul. Of course, Abdul Sidi. The cities have indeed been very instrumental. Lisa, you know that. Of course,
Very.
you know the Sidi brothers. They're the ones actually, the brains, some of the brains behind this race.
No, Abdul is very, very supportive. I mean, last year, when my navigator needed some navigating skills and some good tips, we sent her down to Abdul. And Washuka has also been sitting with Abdul as well. So he's very kind.
Now, you know, of course, Sidi is on social media. He is a very welcoming person, very assisting. That I can say without any fear of contradiction, because that I know personally been through. I just didn't end up being a navigator or a marshal or a whatever. I just wanted to stick to my talking. That's the only place I can do. And remember, besides Abdul Sidi, Azza Anwar, of course, just told me, he was supposed to be here today, but he told me he is one of the drivers who will be driving the safety vehicles during the WRC Safari Rally. So I'm very happy to see some of our legends, our multiple Safari Rally winners like Azza Anwar, taking part in the safari directly or indirectly. And I'm happy, actually, he's driving the safety car for the WRC 2025. Azza Anwar, congratulations. I was supposed also to get Asad Anwar, the father to Hamza Anwar, but I understand Asad flew to the UK to get some spare parts for Hamza. So it's been a busy month for Safari Rally. That's why we are actually acknowledging the presence of Lisa, because it's busy, it's chaotic. And of course, Lisa, we appreciate you spare time really to come and sit with us here at TV47. We don't take it for granted.
Anytime. Anytime for you, Tony.
Of course, we will take a very, very, very short break. But remember, just to remind you, because Lisa needs your support, the pay bill is 542,542. Account number is 703264. All details about the support that you can provide for Lisa and crew, you can find on her IG or Instagram. That is Lisa_Christophersen. Be part of this team amongst others. You just never know. By just being part of the team, you never know where they'll elevate you. This is Sports Extravaganza. My name is Tony Kwalanda. Lisa, we appreciate all the best in the safari. TV47 and Radio 47 and TV47 Digital will be on the ground from 20th till 23rd. We shall give you live broadcasts of the fun experience and the thrills and spills.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Tony.
Yes.
And we'll see you in Naivasha.
Asante sana. We are taking a very short break. We'll be back in a bit.